Alright, so I've talked in the past about competing before, and I've talked about certain competitions and different diets and stuff I was going to be doing, and I didn't go through with this last competition because I dieted, did the diet, came down to about 3 weeks out. I just didn't feel I was where I needed to be. My abs weren't where they needed to be. My legs weren't where they needed to be. I just didn't feel like I had dieted or prepared enough or had it set up the right way to where I would be where I want to be when the competition came around. So this year I'm planning well ahead of time. There's a competition I want to do called the NPC Northern Kentucky. It's March 15th. It gives me 17 weeks to prepare, whereas last time I gave myself like 6 or 7 weeks, like period. Like I've been eating like shit up until like 6 or 7 weeks out. I didn't really know how to diet. I've never done a contest. I've done all my research now and I know what I need to know. I've been working real heavy on my legs. I've been really stepping my leg workouts up. I haven't had a workout partner in a long time, and I've got a good workout partner to help me with legs. And I'm stepping things up with legs. I'm doing real heavy squats. I never free squatted before. I used to do the Smith machine, so it really limited your range of motion. But I'm starting to do just raw squats, 200, 300, even 400 pounds in some cases, ass to the grass. I'm gonna put up some squatting videos soon because, like, my squatting is really original with how deep and how well I do squats. I think squats is really one of my favorite exercises, and it's definitely brought up my legs. You guys are gonna see opposing videos soon because the diet that I'm doing now is working out really well. I've got it all planned out. What I'm doing for this cut is I'm gonna be counting calories, which is the basics of what I'm doing. Last time I tried to diet, I tried to do macros the whole time. But this time I'm gonna start out with cutting calories. The first like 5 weeks, I'm gonna cut them down to 1,500. And what I've been doing before I started cutting is I've been taking in like 5,000, 6,000 calories a day. So I've done 1,500 all week this week, except for Thanksgiving, obviously. But I really lost a significant amount of weight. I'm definitely seeing some increased definition, but I've been a lot more tired, already losing energy. But I think it's helping me not to count my macros, because when I started limiting myself on my carb intake and my fat intake, my workouts got way down from where they used to be. So I feel like all that really matters is the calories, because that's where you're gonna lose real weight counting calories. I found that when I counted my macros, I focused too heavily on carbohydrates because I had heard about all the carbohydrate diets and all the drastic weight loss that came from cutting carbs, but I found out that it was just water. Because when I stopped cutting carbs, I just pretty much gained all the weight back instantly when I started drinking water and eating carbs. So cutting carbs isn't really effective. Calories is a direct measure of weight loss. If you cut 3,500 calories out of your diet, you're going to lose 1 pound of solid fat. So so far with this 1,500, I'm cutting like 3,500 a day, because I went from eating 5,000, 6,000 a day to 1,500. So this first week has been real drastic in weight loss. I started out 201 pounds. I'm about 190 right now, and I've been in this diet like 5 or 6 days. So it's going real good, and I'm really happy with it. I think it's really going to take me to where I want to be. So the first 10 weeks are going to be 1,500 calories. Then 5 weeks, I'm going to cut it down to 1,000, and then from 1,000, I'm going to go to like 700. Like the 2 weeks, 2 weeks out from the competition are going to be like 500 to 750 a day, and then I'm cutting all my macros 3 weeks out. So I'm gonna focus on sodium. All right, so sodium and carbs, I'm gonna start counting like 7 weeks out, because sodium's really important with water retention and stuff. So I'm gonna start really focusing on sodium early. But I'm gonna count all my macros about 3 weeks out and really cut them really way down. Because I think that's going to because right now I'm just getting the raw fat poundages out, which is what's most important to me. Because 201 pounds is a lot bigger than I usually stay. So getting that raw fat out, and then I think cutting the macros is what's going to really be important for getting that last water weight and that last bit of whatever I'm retaining, whatever extra weight I'm retaining out, because I feel like at the rate that I'm going to be going with this calorie counting, I'll be where I want to be, which is about 170, 180, or nah, 175 is probably what I'm shooting for. I think I'd be pretty ripped at 175. I want to be 175 about 5 weeks out. Then I want to cut all my water and stuff, and hopefully that'll get me to about 160, 165. But I only want to lose the fat poundages down to 175. I don't want to get too low. So I want the rest of the weight loss to come from water if I dip below the 170s. So that's what I'm planning on. NPC Northern Kentucky's March 15th. I'm doing it this time, so hold me to it, and I'm gonna surprise some people because I'm a lot bigger than I've ever been. My training has just been ridiculous, and it's gonna be great.